and I love Molly Sleuth.
I am the eyes and ears of this institution.
Mama don't like tattletales.
Who knows? In 1,000 years, even you may be worth something.
Little hand says it's time to rock and roll.
Room for one more penny.
Today we face the monsters that are at our door.
I think we live in overstimulated times.
That is so genius. I love that intro. It's only the second time I've played it. And in the chat, you're going to have to tell me, did it play on time? Did it cut off the beginning? I don't know these things. I'm honorary Amish. Okay. Hi, everyone. Let me trade us so that my eyeline looks like I'm talking to my friend Chris. I am Molly Sleuth. We are here live on Rumble and YouTube, both on the Molly Sleuth channel. Although, Chris, this is his first time. Is this your first time on Rumble?
Yes.
That is so exciting. Okay, Chris, you tell them where they find you. I'm going to throw a banner up. Look at me. So not Amish.
Well, I do have a YouTube channel, and you're welcome to go look at it, but it's...
Yeah, I just subscribed today, so you are one deeper in fandom. And I saw some really interesting stuff I can't wait to look at. You have like chemtrails and geoengineering and all kinds of tasty stuff. So we'll have to come back on and talk about that another time. So I am Molly Sleuth. I was a teenage punk rocker. I know you can't tell because I look so totally normal. And then I was a detective for the Los Angeles Police Department. Best job ever. Don't tell my boss. And but now I live in the Midwest, where it's nice and safe and sort of affordable. And but I still love to share crime tips and help people out with the scourge and the decline of human decency. And tonight, I want to talk about this Roblox kid and how he got the cease and desist for finding too many predators on Roblox, which is like a little kid's video game. Mostly 9 to 13 play this game. And its connection to Epstein. And I have a very spicy tidbit that I just found. I'm going to save that. I'm going to save that for a second. But it's going to get spicy. I just found something out that I haven't seen anybody talk about. And I think it's really disturbing. So I think we need to dive into the CEO. Okay, so Chris, although you're new to my show, you're not new to my world. You actually live in Michigan, and you and your lovely lady are like two of my only friends here. So this is so exciting for you to hang out with me this way. And so you're the only one who knows like where I'm sitting right now in my new house. And so you think that I'm an a-hole right now. And I think that's fantastic because everyone else thinks, gosh, Molly's place looks so good. But you know about all of the boxes and chaos and paint cans and ladders and stuff that are going on all around me. Don't tell them. Just let everyone think that I'm perfect. Okay. I have spoken endlessly about all of the horrors on the internet. I hate predators. I hate when anybody is trying to take advantage of someone. And of course, especially like our kiddos. And I think these mega companies need to be held to a higher standard. And I've talked about it before. I'm going to just go through it real quick again, because Facebook, I'm talking to you. I have reported 100 billion different things onto Facebook. This goes back when I first joined Facebook again, March of 2023. And these are disgusting images, videos, posts, messages that I get and I see, and they're horrifying. And so here's just one of them. This is going to go quick, but essentially I reported some vile child stuff. You know what I'm talking about. March 17th, 23. We received your report. Thanks for letting us know about something that might go against our community standards. I printed this today, screenshotted and printed it today. Reports like yours help keep Facebook safe and welcoming for everyone. We'll notify you when your report has been reviewed. They haven't even looked at it. In the meantime, see options to help control what you see. Oh, good. So I can block this disgusting, vile person that is putting kid smut on Facebook where grandmas go to sell their Beanie Babies. So, okay. So you have this see option button. So I press the see option button and this is what I get. Do I want to delete this message from the support inbox? Like, your option is, you don't even have to know that that stuff exists, sweetie. If you can't handle all of this, is like, there were so many of them, Chris. It just, we have not removed the photo you reported. We use technology to help prioritize reports for review, as our review team is focused on the most severe cases with potential for real-world harm. We were not able to even review your report. How do you know if it's a single photo? It would take a nanosecond for your eyes to behold the horror that I did that caused me to be a Karen on Facebook and to say, oh shit, this has got to go. We understand that this might be frustrating, so we recommend exploring the options available to control what you see. Again, I can block this predator. Not, we're going to ban the predator off the platform. Every freaking user of Facebook has to come face to face with this nasty garbage and block that person. We'll let you know if there's an update on your report, probably any minute now, because this came from December 26th of 24. And again, it gives me the see options button, and we know where that goes. Also, DDoS just texted me. He should be jumping in the chat in 20 minutes. So don't rush and don't get a ticket, D. Okay, so the things that I was reporting, there's a few others, but there was a video. This video was an absolute grape in progress. Screaming, crying, men thrusting, like awful. And we didn't remove the video. This is from May of 24. Thanks again for your report. The information helps us reduce unwanted content for you and others. We use a combination of technology and human reviewers to process reports and identify content that goes against our community standards. In this case, we did not remove the content you reported. How? That's crazy. And then you can ask for, this is the same one, you can ask for a review from the oversight board if you believe that Facebook should have removed the post you reported because it's damaging for a group like humanity or an issue you care about. Yeah, like sexual assault is a crime and you're showing it on Facebook. You can ask the oversight board to review the decision. The oversight board is not part of Facebook. This group of experts makes independent judgments about what should be allowed on Facebook. The board receives requests from people all over the world. and then selects a few cases to review that will help improve Facebook's policies. They're not even looking at these. Like, I get it. If I was reporting like, oh, I don't like girls on bikinis, that girl's skinnier than me. Like, dude, it only takes 1 second to look at these images that I reported and know that they just go beyond human reason. Anyway, this oversight board. You like my Amish screen sharing? Listen, in my head, it's still 1987. Okay, so it's oversightboardappeals.com, and it redirects you, blah, blah, blah. How it works. Write your appeal. Explain to us why we got the decision wrong, and blah, 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 blah. But what you need, you have to be actively a Facebook, Instagram, or Threads account. Now, that gets tricky, Chris, because I had this one dude that was writing me. I don't know how this happened, but every horny man in Qatar got my Facebook handle, and I got like 7,000 friends in one weekend. And then they all start with like some like thumbs up emoji is very popular, or they send pictures of teddy bears and roses and diamond rings and stuff. And like by an emoji, I'm supposed to bare myself and show my butthole to them. And so then if you ignore them, or you're like, fuck off, or what I like to do is send them 2 bearded men making out. Like, there's a really good one. It's my favorite one. And then if you do that and you don't play along, then they send you like this punishment material, and then they will report me. And I posted one of them on my Facebook, just a screenshot of this conversation with this guy, Chris. And he basically said that all American women are infidels, and that he was going to enjoy doing XYZ PDQ to me before he beheaded me. And I screenshot it. I put it on Facebook. It was taken down because that violates their community service agreement.
I have been banned from Facebook for threatening what was basically a fake account. That was some probably sleazebag trying to talk to my mother-in-law, and I was just like, this is a fake account and blah blah. And he came back with something, and I told him to go go and this stuff, and I got banned for 7 days for hate speech. So it's shocking to listen to how this works on your end of it, because I wonder how in the hell have I had so many bans and everything on Facebook. I've been banned like at least 10 times for bad language, and they can't seem to take care of these child predators and stuff. I want to say it was like Mark Dice or somebody like that. It was a mainstream person that reported on the level of sex crimes that were happening on Facebook. Like, there was women who were selling their daughter's virginity to the highest bidder and that kind of shit. And I'm like, I'm getting kicked off for having wrong think. It's shocking. Yeah.
I still get nuked on Instagram. I have a very tiny anonymous shit posting Instagram, and during the whole scamdemic COVID thing, I was hot on there sharing all kinds of medical information, personal information, because I saw things in an official capacity that I felt the world needed to know about. And when I say the world, I mean like my 4 friends from high school. And yet I was still just like getting zapped constantly. Like, this isn't even a public profile. Like, I'm not the one that's like causing all these problems. Like, leave me alone. Anyway, so to just round out the whole Facebook reporting thing, they say we have teams reviewing reports 24/7 in 50 languages. You don't need language to see the images that I reported years ago that have still not been looked at. On Facebook in Q1 2022, our artificial intelligence technology helped us act on more than 9 million pieces of content. You have 9 million vile pieces of content that were worth looking at, and you don't think it's a problem. And proactively removed over 67% of all bullying content. bullying to me is not as bad as this child predatory material, which we're going to get to with Roblox. On Instagram for the same period, we actioned over 7 million pieces, 83% of the bullying and harassment content before people reported it. Not enough. You're not doing enough. You hire me. I will just sit there going, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, 24/7. Give me a coffee and a computer and I will handle it. Okay. So everybody's seen this kid. Have you seen this kid, this Schlepp kid, talking about Roblox and how he was given a cease and desist from Roblox for being on there?
I'm sorry, this is the first time I'm actually hearing about the Roblox.
Oh, okay. Okay, great. That's good, because I'm sure there are other people that don't know also. So there's this young kid. I say young because he's 22, and he looks like my brother when my brother was like very young. In fact, this kid has been posting on YouTube under Schlepp. I don't know. You can see it. It's like an orange happy face or whatever Roblox sign. And he's been posting for a couple of years. And if you go back to like his early ones, he has like that kind of like high squeaky voice of like a young boy. He's just such a sweet little thing. And he's a Roblox user. And he goes on there, and it's not just him. There's other ones. There's Creecraft. There's a bunch of Roblox users that now spend their time playing this game, which is mostly 9 to 13. I think I already said that play this game. Young kids play this game. Now, I did look at it in the App Store today, and now it says teen. I don't know if that changed now that all these lawsuits are going against Roblox, which we'll get into. But essentially, these YouTubers are going on and just playing the game while they are getting solicited by predators, adults, posing as little girls, using little voice changers to sound like little girls. And like, there's all these keywords that they talk about, like condo and blue. Like blue means like my Discord, let's go chat off of the app. And it's just to like lure these kids off of Roblox. So Roblox does allow for user to user messaging, I believe. I've never played Roblox, so this is all allegedly, but there's certain keywords, I guess, that flag it, and you can't share images on the Roblox app. But I guess you like make worlds, and then you invite people to your world. I don't really know how the game is played, but it's little kids and it's little robots. Now, just like anything, it has been turned to evil. So you can make your own skins. So like basically they look like Lego people, and you can make your own shirts. And through some really rudimentary, even I could get it, technology, you can superimpose picture over picture to make things that are terrible. You can share information very easily. There's a lot of people that put stuff in this like real cheesy coding where each letter is off by one, or people that put Morse code, and they're all talking about how they sell or receive or make child content for cash. And just give me your blue, which means tell me your Discord, and we'll go and we'll talk about it, and we'll go conduct transactions. And, you know, every little kid, well, maybe not every little kid, but kids want to feel grown up. They want to feel like they know what they're doing. They want to feel like every decision they make is the right one. And they're in over their head because these disgusting people are not getting kicked off of oh, that's okay. Yep. Sorry. Look at me. Amish. I'm texting while I live stream. So this kid, Schlepp, his name's Michael, but he goes and he records these while he's in Roblox, and people coming to him. And he has taken these disgusting conversations to the police, and it has led to 6 arrests for adults doing crazy shit using Roblox. Just this kid. Now, I saw some stats. Let's all just say allegedly, because who knows if it's more, if it's one less. Like, I don't need you guys to clutch your pearls in horror over it. But in the last few years, there have been a couple dozen adults arrested for doing stuff to minors through the Roblox. Kidnapping, sexual assault, stealing images, selling and receiving images. So it's just turned into a hellhole. And so what they did is this kid has been pretty outspoken, the Schlepp kid. In fact, if you go on like Instagram or whatever, you'll see hashtag free Schlepp, just to like show solidarity for like, yeah, we need to clean up the town. We need to clean up Roblox. And then the people that are doing the hashtag free Schlepp are getting silenced off the platform. They're getting muted. There have been cases where people are saying that they got kicked off of Roblox because of this. And so it's really gross that they're preferring the predators, just like my personal experience. Those are my screenshots on Facebook. And I would show you the guys, but who knows if that's even pictures of the real people? Who cares? But it's getting darker, so I am going to just turn that little bitty thing away from me, and maybe I'll be human colored again. Okay, so it's not just the Schlepp kid. There was another lawsuit for like 1.6 million against a kid named everybody's a kid to me. I'm an old lady. Ruben Sim, and he won that in court against Roblox. And so against essentially Roblox has given him a cease and desist that you are not allowed to ever be on our platform again. And you are not allowed to talk to anyone. You are violating our terms and conditions because you are speaking like an adult nature to these predators on here. Now, I'm very fair and objective, Chris. I will say, if there are already law enforcement involved or the platform being involved, you don't want to, go on Craigslist and go, I bet that bike is stolen. I'm going to meet him in an alley and then I'll blow it wide open and then I'll call the police. Like, you don't want to go seek out bad people. So I do understand it from that perspective that they don't want this to be a situation where you are thwarting law enforcement. In fact, I was undercover. I don't know if you know that, but I was an LAPD undercover officer for a year. And we would go buy stolen stuff. We would go mingle with some unsavory characters. And there's a term for it called blue on blue. Like, you want to make sure that if I'm going to buy the stolen bike, that the guy selling it isn't another undercover cop that's trying to catch people buying stolen stuff. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so there's a whole way that they get through that, and I'm not going to divulge any law enforcement secrets. But in the case of Roblox, you don't want, poor little sweet Schlepp on there. Schlepp. Oof, say that 10 times fast. On there, intentionally trying to bait people, but what he's saying is a little bit lascivious to the point where normal people are like, oh, well, I didn't know it was like that here, but okay. So you don't want them to bring the place down and make it worse. But these ones that are reported, and there was somebody that kept trying to report. I'm trying to think of the thing, but it was selling for maps, something or other, 5 or Z or something like that. And first of all, one of the code words that you need to know as a parent on these, having your kids on these sites, is MAP stands for minor attracted person. That's the safe, happy word for a PDF, a pedo. And so they're selling for minor attracted person. That's problematic. You're on Roblox, 9 to 13-year-olds. Fuck that. Okay, so now you know kind of what Roblox is. And so the CEO of Roblox, and I'm just trying to get DDoS on here because I know that he's going to start sizzling when I start talking about this. But essentially, I was watching, I was on the Schlep site, and they have, I'll show some more Amish screen sharing. But it's not just his site. Like this site, they're talking, they meet this guy who thinks that he's meeting a kid. And this is a big dude. Like, look at these like big buff bodybuilder guys that are coming to Chris Hansen him. And so they're confronting him about talking dirty, whatever. And look, I could say innocent until proven guilty, of course. But in the same video, you see that the sheriff's department comes, they hook him up with some handcuffs, and they put him in this Jefferson County Sheriff's vehicle, and they drive away. So, and then there was a booking photo, which I think was a little too identifiable for me to jump on board with printing. But these two guys, well, at least the one guy on the left, he does a lot of these videos where he's meeting these people from Roblox that thinks that he's a kid. They show you how you go into the different areas of the video game, how they talk, these keywords that they use, like the word condo, I guess, like, hey, do you have a condo? And I guess that's like, hey, do you have like a link out of here so we can go like talk privately? And the only reason to do that is like the gross stuff. But there's also stuff on Roblox that's like different pieces to the game that people have made where you can go in a restroom with other characters and like disrobe or something. I don't know. It sounds gross is all I know about that. But yeah, and so, and then MAP, we know CP is child material. And they're not even that hidden about it. I mean, this Morse code, the stuff, this isn't like safe cracking. We're not doing serious stuff to find these people. They are out there. So then I want to talk about the CEO and, but maybe before we get to the CEO, do you want to talk about your video?
We don't have to throw that in here right now, but we can get to that, I guess.
Well, I think
I did want to say, okay.
Yeah.
I did want to say that since the time of World of Warcraft, so you're talking probably a good 20 years ago, like we've known that almost 80% of the female characters in that game were not actual female players, or primarily males playing as females. So the kind of hidden identity thing has been around in video games, although it has switched from being something that's sort of innocent and not really a big deal to a very serious issue where we have, you know, child predators roaming around these video games looking for kids.
Yeah.
It kind of bothers me because, like a lot of Gen Xers, I grew up with video games. My parents are separated early in my life, and so I was constantly moving around and was a new kid all the time. So video games was like a refuge for me where I could go in my own little world and be okay. And so I really enjoyed video games, and that's probably why I still kind of play them almost till I'm almost 50 years old now, and I still play them. So, but you know, I think that's probably why I enjoy them, is still that escapism, if you will.
Yeah.
But find out that we now have predators of all kinds, all nature of running around. If it's not sexual, they're trying to get your money or something or other. They're selling things to kids all over. Any video game you can think of, like your Roblox game, I'm sure has some form of what they call microtransaction, where they can buy in-game stuff and spend real world money for virtual things that you can't, are tangible.
Yeah, and we were talking about that earlier because, like, I bought this new computer. Thank you, Nevs. She's my unpaid tech support, and she helped me get a computer because before I was using my Samsung Galaxy J7 Prime from 2016. And so if you didn't know that I had 2 eyes and a nose, that might be why. Okay, so Nevs is on. Oh, speaking of my tech support. Hi, friend.
Hey.
Hi.
Nice to meet you, Chris.
Nice to meet you.
I thought the same thing when you were talking about World of Warcraft. I used to play like EverQuest in World of Warcraft, and I know most of the guys in there were, or a lot of the women characters were guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's even predates video games. My brother got his first girlfriend through the CB radio. We were like kids, and we would be on the CB, and his name was Wolverine, and he was like, had that voice, and he would talk to people, and somehow like we met people. I remember that my best friend Beth and I'll save her last name to protect the guilty, and we met some boys on the IRC chats, and they were going to meet us at the mall. And we went to meet them. We told them different outfits. Even in like 4th grade, whatever we were, we still had some wherewithal that you don't tell them what you actually look like and what you're actually going to be wearing. And so we told them to meet us like in the food court so that we could be up above and like check them out first before we went down, right? And my guy, I don't remember his name. That's sad because we'd probably still be married now. Was so cute. He was so cute, but the other guy was so not cute. So Beth said we had to stand them up.
Aww.
Yeah, I could be.
That was smart of you, though. Like,
and dumb.
Yeah, it was
You
smart.
think my mom dropped me off at the mall knowing that we were gonna like meet up with 2 dudes from the internet?
No, that was dumb, but still
no.
smart the way you did it at least.
Well, I mean, there are definitely things that you could do to safeguard yourself a little bit, but a lot of them are saying like you should play video games like with your kid and sit with them while they're playing the game.
Yes, you should.
But like,
can I tell you a little story?
Yeah.
So my daughter, who is now a grown adult, and I finally told her this story like last October for the first time. When she was 13, she wanted to be on the computer, and she's in her 30s now. And so I said, okay, she wanted a computer in her bedroom, and I said no. So we had a family computer out in the living room. Anyway, so that I could see what she was doing when she was doing it. So what did she do? She I was walking by, and I have it so it's open, so she's not like the computer's not facing the wall, so I can actually see what she's doing.
Right.
I started walking by, and she quickly shut something down, a window. You'll like this story, Molly, because of your background in law enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm like, what the heck was that all about? So she started acting suspicious. So I bought spy software for my computer, and I spied on my daughter. But there
what'd you see?
I saw some nasty talk with her on AOL Messenger, because that's what the thing was back then. And so what I did was I was freaked out. I was scared. They were trying to lure her to leave to go to Florida. Yes. So I went to my local police department, and I said, I'm freaking out. I printed out all the pages with all the conversations. I said, I spied on my daughter. I feel horrible because I want her to trust me. Anyway, this guy says, are you on your way home now? And I said, yes. She's about to get home from school. I'm on my way from work. So he said, well, a few minutes after you get home, you're going to hear a knock on the door. Just play along with it. I said, okay. So I went home. She got home. And within 5 minutes of me being home, they knocked at my door. And it was the police. And he says, "Is someone here using AOL Instant Messenger?" And
Oh my gosh.
I said, "Yeah, we all use it, you know?" And he's like, "Well, we have a problem. Can I come in?" I said, "Absolutely, officer." And he said, "Does anybody talk to somebody named blah, blah, blah?" I said, "I've never heard of that before." And my daughter is up the stairs looking down, and split level house. Up the stairs looking down. She's like, "That would be me." She admitted
Okay,
it.
she admitted it.
He said, "Oh, can I come up and we can have a talk?" And so we all sat around my dining room table. He stayed for like 2 hours lecturing her
my
about
gosh.
online safety. But at the very end, this is the coolest police officer ever. At the very end, when he was getting ready to go, he said, "Oh, by the way, Mom, there's this software you can put on your computer. It's called blah, 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 spy software. And you can see everything your daughter's doing on it. I highly recommend you install that and watch what she's doing online."
Oh,
So then she knew I
Right.
was spying on her.
yeah.
She was like, "Oh," and he was telling her what could have happened to her, and she was
Yeah.
freaked out.
Yeah.
So anyway,
just-
sorry, that was a long story, but
No, that's great. Yeah, I just don't think that kids understand like the consequences for that kind of stuff.
they
And
don't.
some of these predators start off by saying, we will give you money in the system, in Roblox, whatever, in exchange for these photos. And then it becomes an extortion tool. Like,
Yes.
we're going
Now
to
the
release
kid,
these
now they're
photos
worried that that's going to get out.
if you don't bring us another little person. And so then it becomes like deeper, and it's only one of those new kids that tells their mom, because they have a better relationship, like, "Mom, this person who says that they're 13 like me or 10 like me
Yes.
is talking," and they're not even subtle about it. It's pretty graphic. The stuff
This
that
is
I've
what
seen.
Ghislaine Maxwell did, by the way. She got her girls to pull in their friends.
So there is an Epstein element to this Roblox situation.
So that might be a good segue.
Yeah, perhaps. So the CEO is a guy by the name of David Baszucki. And apparently he's linked to the Epstein list. Now, what does that mean? I'm not entirely certain because, again, like, that could be, that he was the dry cleaner in 1972. Just because you're on the Epstein list, to me, isn't like definitive proof of that you did gross stuff. But here's what I haven't seen anybody talk about. And this, I think, is kind of telling. And super gross. Oh, first of all, there is, like, if you go to change.org, there's a petition right now to remove David Baszucki from CEO position. And not that they're ever going to do it, but people really want to take a stand, because anybody posting this hashtag free Schlepp, because Schlepp has been kicked off of Roblox, this 22-year-old kid that's on there for
Yeah,
good reasons,
that's crazy.
wants to play the game and wants to boot off any of the bad people. He's basically a free moderator, and Roblox should take advantage of that.
You know that Roadblocks would have gotten so big and so popular and had so much support if they're just like, "We're going to work with you. We're going to support you. We're going to rid our systems of this nastiness."
Yeah. Yeah, truly, honestly. And just to even, like, if you report a chat, imagine the mind of a 9-year-old. If you report a chat that you think is getting too adult, and we'll give you a free skin or a free play, or I don't know how Roblox works, but give them some kind of like whistleblower token.
Yeah.
Like how we pay to be verified on all these stupid apps. Like, you can have these little kids get verified. Now, it does get a little scary, though, because I know both of you are with me on this. Like, I hate databases. I hate big data. And so what they're saying is, well, this is why we need to have facial recognition software for these little kids playing fucking Roblox. Yeah.
I won't even put it. I won't even do it on my phone.
Yeah, no, I don't either. And so we can't get to that point. These are kids and their faces should not be monetized and in a database. And also that doesn't really verify shit because I could get onto my niece's Roblox and do dirty shit. So it's not a perfect safeguard. But it is tricky because, it's like when I get on Facebook, I think I always give like my grandma's birthday. She was born in 1908. And at some point they'll wonder how I'm still alive. But I hate all that database stuff. But anyway, going back to this David Baszucki guy. So I was like, what's his deal? He's very effeminate. He's from Canada. So I guess that explains that. And so sorry, Canadians, but you all aren't buff lumberjacks. And so he's married to this lady, and which I was a little bit surprised after watching some interviews of him. In fact, he's in this one interview, and the interviewer literally says to him, do you see a point at any time in which nudity would be on Roblox? And I wrote it down verbatim. He says, I would never rule it out. Your platform is for 9 to 13-year-olds. I would never rule it out. Nudity?
Wow, that was the response.
That was his response. And so, so his wife is this woman, Jan Ellison. Why they don't share the same last name, I don't know. Women's lib, what do you do? Okay, so she came out with this book, Nevs. It's called A Small Indiscretion.
What?
And it follows a teenager that goes to London. This is from her website. It's a story of denial, passion, forgiveness, and the redemptive power of love. It's a teen who goes to London to have a winter of drinking and abandon.
Wow, that's a good find. You were digging, girl.
And so the husband wants nudity for 9 to 13-year-olds, and the wife's writing a book like this. And this is who you're letting your kids be unsupervised in the literal world of these people. So I don't know.
Wow. So how is this related to Epstein?
So they're saying that he is on the list that we're never going to freaking see, that he is one of the players, one of the names, that he's gone to Epstein Island. Now, did he go to Epstein Island because he was a sous chef and he worked at a barbecue? I have no idea.
Right.
But this is the problem with the Epstein list, is that he's on the Epstein list and for an innocuous purpose. Theoretically, all your contacts or anybody that used a plane or anybody that you had on your phone, like I got so many dead people on my phone who'd think I was a funeral director. Too bad. They're still on my phone. So I just don't think that the list, I don't know how far that's going to go. I did see some stuff. I don't even want to.
Were you able to confirm whether his name was
on
connected?
The Epstein list?
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Is like, is he mentioned in documents? But under what context? And I think that's the important part. So I don't think it matters to even speculate why he would be. I mean, rich people do hang out together.
So, by the way, I posted on my Telegram channel that I was joining your show. So we have
something.
So Awesome is in chat, and she's asking who we're talking about. So just a quick,
hi, Awesome.
You don't mind a quick, the CEO of Roblox got some nasty stuff going on in his game for teens, where it's attracting pedophiles. So so that's who we're talking about.
Yeah, and law enforcement has arrested over 24 adults from Roblox that met their victim through Roblox. Just in the past couple years. I think there's been 7 this year alone. And so it is happening. And those are the ones that are reported. I'm about to sneeze. Chris, do you want to go over your video? Because you wanted to show us another side to these kids being online and getting
Yes, I guess we could do that now. I did want to show you something else. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the video game platform Steam. You ever heard of that?
I have.
I've heard of Steam cards.
Yes, well, that's for Steam. I don't know if it's going to let me, and I'm trying to work my way into it right now and see.
All right. Well, while you look that up, so
Okay.
essentially, Northern California, the state of Louisiana, there's been a bunch of lawsuits in the past week against Roblox, saying that you're not protecting kids, and I think it's great. I mean, for California to be suing Roblox, saying that this is predatory.
That's
When they passed Prop 47, Prop 57, and AB 109, and they made the literal stooping of a 50-year-old man and a 3-year-old toddler a non-violent crime.
Oh, they did.
Yes, they did. There was a whole bunch of things that happened during that. But they're trying to do a bunch of stuff and abolish the sex registry and all of this stuff, and that they're not pedos, they're minor attracted people.
Yeah, maps. That's so ridiculous.
So
Austin
anyway,
said
so
her grandson is 7 and plays Roblox. Anyway, let's go back.
Yeah. Yeah, so you might want to look into this. There's a good YouTube, and his name is Schlep, Schlep, just like it sounds. And he's this great kid. He's 22. He's been kicked off of Roblox, but he hasn't been kicked off of YouTube. And he's got a couple hundred videos going back a couple of years. And so you can see how these perverts come and try to talk to your grandson or kids like him, to be able to try to solicit them for photos and all kinds of other disgusting stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. And the fact that the CEO's wife wrote a teenage lascivious romance is like,
Kind of lets you know where they're at.
yeah, it really does. Anyway, the lawsuit was filed yesterday in Louisiana, and it alleges that Roblox has and continues to facilitate the distribution of child sexual abuse material and the sexual exploitation of Louisiana's children. It also accuses the platform of purposely not rolling out basic safety controls to protect children from predators and failing to notify parents of risks. But so how do you notify the parents? When a kid joins, they have to give their parents' email address. Like, do you want to be a part of that database? I wouldn't.
Wow.
Well, if they're getting them to go off platform and go to Discord or someplace else, then Roblox really can't be responsible for what's going on at another website. Even
I would agree with you
too.
there, but the codes that they use are not hidden. It's not secret the way that they try to get people to leave the site.
With Steam games, there's quite a few of them where they, for some reason, push and want you to go to Discord. They, join us on Discord for this or that or the other thing, and so they really try to push you to get on there. And I've used that.
That's where the community is, right?
Yeah, that's where the chat is happening, and I did kind of get that funny feel. I didn't use it very much. I actually joined kind of like a truther community on there, but they were a little too baby truther for me, and they kicked me off. And I don't want to.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of cool Discord channels. It's just that's also a tool for.
It's aimed at kids. I think it was primarily for children, and so if you have a captive audience and these are exactly the kind of kids they're looking for, the vulnerable ones, the ones that aren't being paid attention to, and that kind of thing. So I guess it's just a great thing for them. I don't know. I wanted to ask you guys, do you think this is something with the video games and all that? Is that something that AI could handle or should handle? Because there's going to be such a large volume of it. It would be really hard. You would have to hire thousands of people to monitor all that stuff. So, AI gets it wrong a lot of times, and it does even hallucinate and lie and do all other kind of things.
But it gets stuff right a lot of times too, where humans might not get it, see it.
It seems like they should be able to find some way in the chat and identify words and speech patterns and be able to, draw a circle around these jerks and just let them talk to each other or whatever. I don't know. Let them try to peddle on each other and meet up, and it's two dudes meeting each other. Yeah, go do whatever you want to do there. But.
Well, Nevs, you have a big channel on Telegram, and you get people that you've had a little issue with spammers and catfish, and just like every other group I'm in Telegram. Mm-hmm. And you employ the bots to take care of most of it. So
that's AI. I mean, well, similar to AI. Yeah, it is.
It does a pretty good job.
It absolutely gets 99% of the spam and scammers and sex bots and all of that. One thing, Circle of One, Ben said, speaking of Discord, Roblox also owns Gilded, which is a Discord clone. So is Gilded the new pedo hang?
Yeah. I don't know, but I think Steam has some pedo symbolism in it that I don't like. Their one easy chat or easy cheat thing's a panda, which always, draws red flags for me. So I know pandas are associated with that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Really?
That's a really good question, though, Ben. That's a great question.
Shit. I don't know if for you that are maybe new to some conspiracy theory rabbit holes, the panda, can we call it Pandagate? That's a deeper hole than you want to go in.
You don't want to go
panda
down
eyes thing, It
will make you sick to your stomach.
Yep. It's like Frazzle Drip. It's Pizzagate times 100. You don't want anything to do with that.
Yeah.
So.
It's sad.
Yeah.
Oh, D is backstage, so let's bring him in.
You've got D.
D.
Hey, hello everyone. Sorry for my talk.
Hi, friend.
How you doing, friend?
You? I haven't seen you in a while, D, since our first debate.
Hey, Nevs. Well, I'll just call that a spirited conversation.
Yes, it was.
Great to see you. Good to see you, Chris. Been an interesting show so far. Sorry I jumped on as late as I did.
You're fine. So we are talking about saving the kids once again, but in a little bit different context than our last chat when we were all together. So
I heard you talking about the Pandagate and Pizzagate and everything. Like, it's hard to avoid those topics, because that's what's really going on under the surface. Like, these people are very, very religious. Put it that way. We may not believe what they believe. A lot of people don't, but they believe it. And they're the ones in power, and they go through all these esoteric satanic rituals with these kids, satanic ritual abuse and so on and so forth. They're just flat out sick, and there's a lot of them in high places.
Yeah. In fact, I was talking to Chris the other day, and you mentioned the Nexium cult.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. Yes.
Yeah. Which was something like I didn't really know anything about. And then I just dove into the Nexium cult this week and was like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a deep rabbit hole with all this stuff. See, it all seems interconnected.
Didn't they literally brand the girls?
Yeah.
Yeah, or tattoo them or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a brand.
Yeah, they branded them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They branded his symbol in them.
So the symbol is supposed to be the 4 seasons. And as I'm listening to this one victim of Nexium talk, and Nexium is not the stomach medicine, it's like NXIVM, whatever. The unnamed, it's probably another kid's name for one of Elon's kids coming up. But anyway, so she's talking about this brand. And I always have to take it a step too far.
I know you do.
she's talking about this brand, and it's like in her bikini line, and her friend like pointed it out, and then they both couldn't unsee it. That was supposed to be a design is very clearly the initials of the cult leader and his second in charge.
Which was the girl from the show Smallville.
Yes, that girl
Which is
and him.
just pure bananas.
Well, it is and it's not, because when you're in that Hollywood crowd, like I remember like the big thing in the 80s and early 90s was like Buddhism. You'd see all these like big Hollywood actors, I'll spare names, but they were all into this like Buddhism and affirmations and all this stuff. And I'm not saying that Buddhism is like a cult, but just you have a lot of people seeking something new or different, or just like looking for some kind of meaning with other people that they think are cool.
Because they're seeking something that's missing, and what's missing is God.
Amen.
Yeah.
Well,
since we got D in the house, I have to speak up.
Amen. Yeah. You called it, sister. There's a big gap in people's soul where God is supposed to be. And no matter what we convince ourselves to be, oh, well, there is no God, we die like dogs, bury us in the sand, and that's it. That person is not going to experience perfect peace because we are spiritual creatures. And Nev's absolutely right. We're going to fill that spiritual hole with something.
Yes.
Whether it be Kundalini yoga, Buddhism, Hinduism, the New Age stuff where, I'm sorry, go ahead. My bad.
A lot of them are Satanists, so I'm like, Satanism.
Yeah. And a lot of those roads lead straight into Satanism.
Mm-hmm. They do. Some of them.
Yeah, it's pretty terrifying, because just like with the Nexium cult and with Roblox, these predators know just how to find the right victim. Their job is navigating the people like me that would be like, screw you. Like, I remember like I used to live in the absolute hood in Los Angeles. And, I've run for my life a couple of times. I've had some issues. Oh, hello. And I remember this one time, this gangster, I'll save his gang name, but it was the one that reigned superior in Rampart Division where I lived. And he's walking up to me and he is sizing me up. And you can just tell by the body language, like, I'm going to get grabbed, robbed. This guy plans something. And as I start to get close to him, I'm like, those are pretty cool fucking shoes. And it was just like, it was something weird, like my shoes. And then all of a sudden he's paying attention to his shoes, and it was totally caught him off guard. And I walked by him and he kept walking and I kept walking, and that was it. And I just thought, dude, that was like a very weird way, but it
was unexpected. That's
right.
Smart.
I became the predator, and because I cursed at a fucking gangster, and also distracted him away to think about his shoes and not me, and which way I was holding my purse. And also to tell him, I saw you. I know what you look like. I saw your outfit. I saw your shoes. And I have a billion stories like that. Nobody cares. But anyway.
That's a very interesting story. I'll give you another perspective. What if this gangster wasn't paying you any mind whatsoever, and he walked by because you were a non-entity to him? You know what I mean? Like, just knowing the mind. Like, growing up, have you ever heard of the Dixie Mafia?
No.
Anybody? The Dixie Mafia still exists. They ran La Cosa Nostra out of Dallas, Texas, Oklahoma City, Tulsa. And the mistake a lot of people made, what you did was right. You acknowledge them as an equal. There's nothing to be afraid of. Most of these guys, that's why you have gang warfare, because they're fighting other gangs. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, Philadelphia, I went to school in Philly, and I was a hayseed. I was a prairie dog from the southern Oklahoma. And I went up there, I wanted to smoke a little bit of grass. I was 19, 20 years old. You know what I mean? It'd been 4 months. I was like, man, I want some weed. So I went up on the block, and I had a cop mustache, a beautiful mustache like Chris Leland has up there. And I put on my OU ball cap, and I have a little bit of a Southern twang, people tell me. And this brother approached, he's like, yo, cuz, where you from? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm from Ardmore, Oklahoma. He's like, no, you ain't. Let me see your ID. I sat there and talked to this dope dealer for 30 minutes about college football. They're just people. They're just people who've chosen a different path. You know what I mean? And most of the time, they're not going to look for smoke because that brings smoke to them, especially in their own neighborhood.
I guess I could tell you, I don't know how many years you spent as a woman walking the streets in the barrio.
I identify as a woman right now. What do you mean? Are you misgendering me?
I can tell you that there is a danger spidey sense that all women have, that we're in danger. And that guy meant me harm, 100%. And if he didn't mean me harm, like you're saying, and I said, well, those are pretty cool fucking shoes, then he would have been like, what's her problem? And he would have kept walking instead of the look that he had on his face, which was like, I caught him about to fucking do something to me.
And it was just y'all two on the street?
Well, there's other people around, but that gang runs that area. You think anybody's going to give a shit if he grabs my purse and takes off? Nobody.
I just didn't understand why he didn't do it then. You know what I mean?
Because I flipped it on him, and I became the predator, and it set him up. It's just that, like, you know what they call like an OODA loop or whatever, you know, where like it just resets you and just like, oh shit, wait, what's going on?
It was a shock to him. He was not expecting.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I think I said in one of my recent videos, there was a time where 3 guys, I was walking home from, I worked at a bunch of nightclubs, so I'm coming home at like 2:30 in the morning, and I'm wearing like, you know, club attire, and I got a wig on, and I had pulled the pins out of the wig, but I still had the wig on my head just because it's one less thing to carry, because you got to have your hands ready to fight. This is the kind of neighborhood that I lived in. And you've got your keys and your ID and your phone in your bra, because then when they steal your shit, like they don't know where you live and they can't get into your apartment and all this stuff. And so you got to park a couple blocks away because it's shitty barrio. And these 3 guys walked up to me. They're drinking out of a paper bag, and they're trying to push me into this alley. And the whole conversation's in Spanish about how we're going to have a party and all this stuff, and just to go with them. And this was way before I was a police officer. And I ripped the wig off and I said, LAPD Vice, I am not looking for you tonight. You better keep walking. And I think they were so freaked out that a woman had fake hair, because usually it's non-women that wear wigs that are white. You know, I mean, obviously there's people that wear hair pieces and stuff all the time. But for a white girl to rip her hair out, it's like, what the fuck is this? Like, she's got to be a cop or a tranny. You know, this is what they're thinking. And it freaked them out enough that I was able to get away from them. But I just think, God, what if I didn't have that wig on that night? I mean, it's 3 guys against me, and like they were very clear with their intentions. And so I don't know, Dee, I wish you could be a girl for just like a week walking the streets.
But I noticed that you did the shock factor again. You know?
Yes, because you're turning it, I'm not going to be prey. And this was something that I learned about myself way before I became a cop. There's that fight, flight, or freeze. I'm a fight. And I'm grateful to that. But I am a fight.
No, I understand. And I wasn't trying to like say you did anything wrong. I was just saying from my perspective of growing up with those type of cats. You know what I mean? Like, Southern Oklahoma's pretty rough. Like, all the drugs coming up from Mexico travel straight through Dallas on I-35, right through my hometown. So, you know, it's the per capita and per citizen. It's the Ardmore, Oklahoma was the most violent, or still is, the most violent city in Oklahoma, allegedly. That's the statistics on it. But yeah, I grew up with 4 sisters. I understand exactly what you mean. So yeah, then small story. My mom, who grew up, she ended up working on her great grandma's farm. Her mom died same time or the same age that she died in my life at 15. So she grew up on a 100-acre farm that was passed down from the Civil War, raising her brothers. She was hard as nails. And apparently her first marriage, the guy kept putting hands on her, and she shot him twice in the head with a 22. and Pines Bluff, Arkansas. So yeah, I come from a line of tough women. I have all the respect in the world for a woman standing up for herself, as they should. And I always tell my sisters, my nieces, all of them, like, pack a gun. This is a crazy world we live in, unfortunately. But no, like, they're just the criminality of the gang life is.
Okay, but so how do you not degloss the world for these beautiful children and impart on them the need for safety when they're online, whether it's Roblox or wherever? How do you explain to kids how important it is, like, not to talk to strangers and that bad things can happen without traumatizing them with how shitty the world is?
I know.
Well, I mean, you got to be honest with them, you know.
Yeah,
Regardless
instead of telling kids that, keep secrets from your parents, like the new wave teachers are telling all these students.
Exactly.
We need to tell our kids, hey, if an adult comes to you and tells you to keep a secret against your parents, run away from that person.
Yes.
Stay away from that person. Tell your parents as soon as you get
even
home
if it's your teacher.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Exactly
It doesn't
right.
matter who it is. Any adult that tells you to keep secrets from your parents, get away from that person. Don't have anything to do with that person.
But I think there's
Only
something
the bad
that
guys want to
happens.
keep secrets. Only the bad guys.
I know, but in puberty, these kids think that secrets make them cooler. They think, oh, yeah, my parents, they want me to stay a little kid. But look at me. I'm 13 now. I could
There'll
do
always
whatever.
be
You know
some
what I mean?
rebellion and that, yes.
Or
Absolutely.
I know more than my parents. I'm smarter than them.
Yeah, she doesn't
That's what they
understand.
convince them of. That actually the schools have been.
Well, that's been going on since Jesus left Chicago. All of us were smarter than our parents at one point in time.
Yeah.
No, but the schools are promoting that, saying, you probably don't want to tell your mom because, she's not with the modern times, or she doesn't know, what's right and what's wrong. They do convince the kids of that. So
yeah, they're turning them into Hitler Youth, or trying their best to.
Tucker Carlson did an interview with, I'm going to massacre this name, and I'm sorry. Zizan Fleet, I think is her name. Not very good with that language, but she basically came on there, was talking about the Chinese Revolution and the Great Leap Forward and all that, and how they basically pitted the youth against the elderly, and that's how they did. They went and killed a lot of older people. And if you're familiar with Orwell's 1984, that's kind of what happens in that book too. If you know about his neighbor,
right?
His son turns him in, and he ends up in room 201 or whatever it is.
Is Chris your neighbor, Molly?
Yes. Well, not my direct neighbor, but he does live in my little town in Michigan here.
Chris, you're just so based. Like, Chris knows all the things, it seems like.
He does. Well,
I only know that I don't know.
I met him and his beautiful lady, and he was like, he said, like, you do a podcast or something? He's like, I would do it, but you don't want to know what I know. He was like, you can't handle things that I know. And I was like, you need to come on my show. So this is the first time I got to suck him over. So
gosh, you have to have him on again and just interview him and ask him questions.
Yes. And so he does have a YouTube. Look at me being all kind of Amish. He does have a YouTube that he started. It's only got like a dozen or so followers. So if you guys want to go over to Christopher Leland on YouTube, he talks about chemtrails, geoengineering, and we could put some of these videos.
Stuff. You might want to watch all my videos before you promote me anymore.
Bro, it sounds like you're cut from my cloth, man. We get down on all that stuff on the regular, brother.
Yeah, and speaking of DDoS, here's him on YouTube. And so you can go watch The Supernatural Truth. Hey, Dee, I really liked you were talking about remote viewing this week, and it was really cool. I had lots of questions about it that I will bug you with another time.
We jumped into the CIA projects. It was pretty fun.
Yeah. And then, Nevs, you've got, let's see.
Telegram Nev's channel. Oh, that's X. Yep. I'm not on there very much, so I don't have very many followers. But
okay. but you've got the Telegram,
Yeah.
and then tomorrow you've got your meme show.
Yeah, Molly is going to join me. We rate memes, and we have coffee. Coffee.
Coffee. Yeah.
Coffee.
Sadly, it's probably going to be whatever's left in here because it takes me a while to drink coffee.
Speaking of questions worth pondering, guess what?
What?
Our friend Circle of One is composing music for me and helping me create intro and outro videos for both of my shows. Yeah,
Dude, that's so. If you saw my
That's
intro,
outstanding.
it's so cool. Like I just never, like he just gets me. Like
we
it
should
was
put
like-
his X handle up. Is he? Hey Ben, are you Circle of One on X or are you your name? I gotta go on X and see.
He is credited on the video. See, I don't even have my glasses on. That could just be gibberish, and I wouldn't know. But Ben is the one who did my intro and outro. I could watch them all day. They're totally awesome. And he made.
But he
background
gets
image.
you. So like I am totally different than Molly, and he's totally getting me, like who I am. So
Yeah.
he's very talented in that way.
Yes. Can I tell you that he snuck me a snippet of the audio on yours, and I
It's
totally
awesome.
dig it.
Yeah.
It's sort of like TV show X-Files, like moody. Like I just
It
love it.
reminded me of X-Files, kind of.
Oh, did it? Yeah, me
Yes.
too. It's really good. Ben's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so while we're spamming everyone, I don't know, spamming's not the word. While we're promoting everyone, I have gone down a Temu rabbit hole. So if you guys want to do a fun one, I've got a show coming up. I don't think it'll be next week, but you know how we get caught in these algorithms and you're just like, why can't I break free? Why do they think that I want to see all these whatever videos? So Temu is like no joke. I am getting the weirdest, most depraved, oddest stuff on Temu in my little like
what is
feed.
Temu? Temu?
Temu is like a garbage website. It's just like cheap Chinese trash that you can buy like a Shein or it's like an Amazon, but it's people who go on there and you can buy stuff from Temu or you buy stuff from a vendor and maybe they send it to you and maybe it's right.
Oh, I've never ever used it.
Yeah, so I'm like, obviously I'm on a real tight budget with my house. So I've been on Temu buying all kinds of stuff. So now I'm in this really like dark hole on Temu. So I'm going to do a show about just some of the crazy, depraved, ridiculous, funny, shocking things that are on Temu. And I'm going to have a little contest about it. So send links to your Temu finds to mollysleuth@gmail.com. And the person who finds the most bizarre Temu find under $20, I will buy it and send it to you. So we are going to be doing a Temu show in a few weeks.
Wait,
and
is that incentive or not?
It's totally incentive. I would want something stupid. Are you kidding?
Oh my gosh. you're funny.
So send your Temu garbage to mollysleuth@gmail.com. And I promise I will only send you Temu garbage and nothing more. Okay, so let's talk about, because I think the kid element, it's not just the pedos, that kids that are online, that get these phones, that have social media, they are a lot more likely to suffer from all kinds of depression, to be victims of emergency exits from life. But I mean, like, you're a mom, Nevs. Like, how do you deal with the pressure of, I want an Oompa Loompa now? Like, these kids want phones. Their friends all have phones. Their friends are all Roblox.
I'm lucky because I can't imagine having a teenager today. You know, I had a teenager in the early 2000s. You know, so the phones weren't even a big thing back then, but they were starting, and she was starting to want a phone because, you know, in I think in 2000, like Facebook came out and Twitter, everybody started flocking to Twitter in like between 2005, 2009, those years. And but it was a lot easier back then. There wasn't the peer pressure. There wasn't everything accessible online, you know? It was more of it just social media hadn't blossomed yet, you know? So I don't know what I would do today. I mean, I probably would say no. If I had a child today, I would not allow them to have a phone. Period.
Yeah, I think a lot of
excuse me.
Go, Chris.
It seems
Yeah, go
strange
ahead.
that we are more connected than we ever have been, and I think we're probably more lonely and miserable than we've ever been.
Exactly.
As far as a society, and as far as in the social media with children, like when we were growing up, and we effed up pretty bad. It wasn't like, you know, some people might find out about it, and a greater audience might over time, but now instantly everybody knows. You know, it's spread all over. So
I will say though, when she was in 5th grade, like things started getting bad. That's when I lived in Tennessee for like 4 years, and I loved it there. And but when she got into middle school, which back then it was like in 5th grade, she was signing up, going to registration, getting ready to go to school, and there was stuff happening. So one of the things was there was a 10-year-old that went to the school that was pregnant. Number one.
Jesus.
Number two, there was an incident on one of the school buses where one boy made another boy give him a BJ on the bus.
Oh my gosh.
I pulled her out of school, and this is like a suburb of Nashville. I pulled her out of school and homeschooled her that year. And I might have homeschooled her the next year until I moved back where I am to Minnesota now and put her into school here. But it was getting really, really bad there at the schools. So the crappy stuff was starting to happen with kids, and I could see it. So I homeschooled her.
Mm-hmm. I didn't mean to laugh at you. Chris had a cat come across his face.
I saw it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Chris, I want to meet your cat.
Well, she's gone away now. So
okay.
Okay.
And I got this fake background up, so it kind of muted it out. But anyway, my nephew, well, not my nephew, but my cousin was involved in a scenario like that where there was a girl who was volunteering to perform oral sex in the bathroom at middle school. Yeah, and he actually got caught up in that and got in trouble. So it was a very serious thing, and I have to believe, because I don't know, but I would have to believe that kids who are doing stuff like that have probably suffered at the hands of adults already. I don't know if just watching stuff like that on TV would make them do it. I don't think so.
How would they even know?
Right. You know, I mean, when I was a kid, I saw, pornography, but I never would ever go to the level of trying to mess with somebody else. Not until I was much older, it was.
Then you started trying to mess with other people? Wait a minute.
Well, I mean, as a teenage boy, any teenage girl will even be halfway nice to you when you're trying to.
Boys will be boys, and that's a little bit different.
Yeah, and so this Roblox rabbit hole that I went down today, they've got these skins, like you can make shirts for your, they're kind of like Lego figures. So they're very flat, and that makes a perfect billboard to be able to display something on your character. And I saw some really horrifying ones, not just symbols of some potential World War I stuff, but there was also just straight up sexual content, straight up images of that.
Oh.
And what they're saying is that these predators, part of it is to desensitize your kids to it, to make them think that everybody sees that stuff, everybody shares that stuff. Look how normal it is. This is when you become an adult, this is how we all talk. This is how we share images, to
Yeah,
be
they're grooming
friends. And
Yes.
it really is.
It's social
Yeah.
engineering
What's the
at the base level. Yeah. Sorry.
What's the World War One stuff they were displaying?
What's the what?
You said they were displaying World War One.
So, okay, there was an example made. There's a way to have to trick the system. They do have some like bots to catch some of this stuff, but they have some stuff to show, like, I don't think I can use it for YouTube, but you can show part of a symbol.
Oh, okay.
For the shirt, and then the sweater over it has the other half of the symbol.
I got you.
When the AI is looking at the image, it doesn't put it together. You could even have like concentric circles of that image and then the other image being filling it in, and that tricks the system. You can turn the brightness way, way down and then put black behind it. So it's plain.
So the old symbol of the painter and his party.
Yes.
When you said, well, I'm a big military history nut. So when you said World War One, my mind just going like, wow, what from World War One? I thought they were dragging horses on the battlefield.
Yeah. So it's but there was mostly it's adult sexual content.
When you first told me about it, that's what I saw.
And codes and all of this stuff. There's a lot of YouTubes about it. I was just diving in today, getting ready to talk about Roblox. But it's just like your bots that you have on your Telegram, Nevs. Like, it might get a lot of them, but then that's just like their way to sneak around.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, on Kate's Clean Living Project Telegram, we talk about natural deodorants and natural toothpaste and natural whatever. And there's all kinds of catfish on there that have one picture taken of them in their entire life. And it's a 20-year-old Asian girl in yoga clothes, like going like, I'm so lonely, and like all this shit. And you're just like, how's the Nigerian cyber cafe today? It's like, I like to screw with people.
Mine will start blocking them. So you know what they started doing?
What?
They started reacting to people's posts in there so that you could see their profile.
That's what I wanted you to mention.
So, but what I just discovered, and I'm so excited, I just posted in my channel or my chat yesterday, is you can now on Telegram report a reaction.
Oh, good.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, because like people in that Clean Living Project they're saying these like inspirational quotes, which kind of fly like under the radar, but it doesn't go along. Like we were all talking about.
He added me to that, so I need to start watching for that in.
Oh, okay. So you can. So I like to play with them because I'm just like, you're obviously a catfish, bro. Like, what do you like? Why don't? If you want to catfish people, like you come into this chat, why don't you share with us like some of your cleaner living tips? Like, what do you guys do in Nigeria? Like, tell us.
I get in trouble every time I mess with those guys. Every time I tangle with them, right?
Well, they block me, so now the whole chat is seeing it, but they're still in the chat. They haven't been kicked from the chat. They just blocked me, so I can't see their like inspirational quotes that they're sending, so that you can see a 20-year-old Asian girl in her yoga pants and go, "What's up, lady?" Yeah, man.
And by the way, Chris, if you're in Telegram and you're playing with them, sometimes they report you, so you'll get it suspended. Just FYI, it's happened to a couple of my followers.
Yeah, you just have to block and report. Just sometimes I can't help but have zero impulse control.
Or they spoof people like me. They spoof me, and then they private message my followers.
Yeah, my sister messages me all the freaking time, offering me Bitcoin and all sorts of stuff. And
yeah. Oh, look who's in chat. We've got Faster Pill. Hey, Faster Pill.
Faster Pill. Hi, friend. So that's a good segue for you, Nevs. Tell us about Me More's tomorrow morning. Where is it going to be and what time?
Oh, Yes, so you can go to rumble.com/QWP, and Molly will join me as well as Herbie. And we are going to we have folks on my Telegram channel submit memes. We pull them up, we rate them on a scale of 1 to 5, and we end up picking a winner at the end. And they win absolutely nothing, which is fun. They get a Pepe that cheers.
They win a lot of street cred. It's a cutthroat competition every Saturday. And then Dee, what shows do you have coming up?
We're gonna do a little bit deeper dive into the CIA projects that have been declassified from Freedom of Information Acts. There's a lot going on with the CERN Large Hadron Collider over in Geneva, Switzerland. The LHC. They've apparently turned lead into gold, which seems really, really interesting. So I've been doing a really deep dive into that. That always fascinated me. The Large Hadron Collider. I don't want to nerd out on that, but yeah. So we got that one, and yeah,
yeah, I've done some.
The Hindu god Shiva outside of it, donated by it's one project that the entirety of the world came together. Was like almost $1 trillion to build that thing. It's the biggest machine in the world, biggest one ever made. A lot of esoteric and Gnostic occult symbolism within it. And even scientists, a ton. Even the scientists that worked on it say they have the ability and have open portals to other dimensions. And this isn't, some crackpot, some kid from Hey Boy Corner. These are actual astrophysicists and theoretical physicists that have admitted, we're opening portals to other dimensions and putting it out there for public consumption. But the public's like, okay, like it's no big deal. Oh, it's kind of a big deal.
So you're digging into that on your show, huh?
Yeah, I've done like little miniature documentary on it. Yeah, I've been hip on the LHC for quite a long time because it ties into to everything else we talk about.
Mm-hmm. Well, Dee, speak slowly so that some of us can catch up.
Yeah, my bad.
You know so much, and it's all so interesting. I love it. And Chris, are you going to be firing up your YouTube?
I might have to do a video now to gain an audience now. If I had to do one, I'd probably do one on TDS, I think.
I love that.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Well, it looks like you made friends here tonight, so don't be shy to ask us. But you need more followers to be able to go live on YouTube. So if people can go over to YouTube, por favor, let's get Christopher some more followers on YouTube.
Yeah, I have a few accounts on YouTube. I'll follow you.
Log into all of them.
Yeah, I'll definitely check you out, bro.
If you watch the videos, you might change your mind. I don't know. I'm good at defending just about anybody.
We want more voices out there, and so we'll try to get you some more support so that you can go live on YouTube, and hopefully you'll come back here because you're a wealth of information, and I want to pick your brain more.
Well, some of the least known voices
definitely want to have
are
a
some of the
conversation
best.
with Dee and Randy, and at least, and you. So about
yeah, bro, we can do a round robin discussion on my channel tonight.
Tonight.
I'm a savage, bro. I'm a scalp taking savage, and I can tell you're a truth seeker and a purveyor of truth. I'm one of those watchmen on the wall, like it talks about in my Bible. So yeah, and I can tell we're cut from the same cloth. So you're more than welcome. Everybody on this channel has an open invitation.
Okay. Very cool. I know that I have to be, I guess I could do meme wars in my pajamas again. It wouldn't be the first time I've been on meme wars in my PJs.
Everybody's
supernatural pajama party.
Well, yeah, everybody's sitting in their PJs watching, so why not?
Why not?
Yes, so there's me, and then the show tomorrow, Meme Wars, is on Questions Worth Pondering on Rumble. I didn't put the @ because I'm typing blind. Thank you guys so much, and again, if you guys have topics, I've got a lot of friends that know a lot of things.
Everybody should rewind the show and watch it from the beginning. Really important information.
Yeah, we had some good information. And I don't know, I'd like to hear more about this wife of the CEO. I think there's something there.
Yeah.
I don't think they're
that-
the only ones either that are running video game stuff they're a little
Oh,
bit creepy.
For sure
either,
not.
so
For sure not. But just like with Epstein, you have to start somewhere. Knock
Right.
down a peg and then go to the next one. And it doesn't have to be the biggest peg. Start somewhere. And that's what we need to do.
I
Yeah,
got a
we'll
question
be-
before we wrap this up, if you don't
That's
mind.
exactly right.
Huh? Well, Chris?
I said I have a question for you, the panel here, before we end this, if you don't
Okay.
mind. Let's suppose we could catch the majority of these men that are doing this shit. What do we do with them? The first inclination I have is like, not a good one, but we can't.
String 'em up.
We cannot operate that way because a lot of these people, unfortunately, were also victims themselves. And I always wonder, like, what can you do with somebody like that? Because according to psychologists, there's no fixing it. They're gonna be that way forever, and they can only
Exactly.
So, like, do we put them on an island somewhere? Like, what do we do with them?
Well, I
Can I-
know one
you want me to go
island
first? Can I
that
go
is
first?
vacant.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Miss
Oh.
to Miss Molly and her beautiful audience. I apologize for my tardiness. It was not intentional.
Oh,
But
you're
go
fine.
ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was just saying I know one island that's been recently vacated.
That
Well,
was
I
already
think
called child rape island by the natives.
we have already decided on a punishment system as somebody that was law enforcement. And I think if you want to make the punishment different and you want to change that law, then I think it has to be changed before we round these people up. Because if you make the punishment for going through a stop sign the death penalty after I've gone through the stop sign, then I don't think that that's fair, and I don't think that that's the spirit of the law.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
that's apples and oranges, though.
that was going to be my response too. It's like everybody, I just want justice, and we have a justice system. We have laws in place.
Yeah, can't cross the line into vengeance. I
Right,
know
no.
that's like
Yeah, vengeance and justice are two different things.
Yeah, what
But,
you want most, but
it's up to God though. So it's up to them whether they go through and they repent and seek God and but they'll eventually get the true justice.
Well,
This is a man-made justice.
But now,
And man is inevitably flawed. Like, this is my thoughts on it. The justice system has failed a lot of people in a lot of circumstances, and I think they fail these children. I put no faith whatsoever in the justice system to be able to protect these kids when you can see multiple offenders of children under 8 years old back on the streets multiple times. They spend
That's
very
the
little
problem.
time.
That's where
That's the problem.
what we have to do. We have
And we're going to
fix
trust some lawmakers on Capitol Hill that can't
It's
even
not
decide
the
to do the right.
lawmakers, though. If think about it, who does the sentencing? When you have a sentence that's, can be 3 to 20 years, and they get the minimum.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. That's why. And again, I'm looking at it through with a biblical perspective. It's better for you to have a gadstone tied around your neck and to be cast into the sea than to harm one of these little ones. That means it's better for you to drown in darkness and loneliness than to harm a child. And you said it, Chris, like it's something that can't be cured. So what do you do with the cancer? If you can't cure it, you cut it out completely. Then that's what has to be. I have no sympathy for these people whatsoever, or I don't.
Nor do I.
They don't have sympathy for these. Yeah, and I'm not saying you guys do. I'm just saying somebody has to stand up and say, all right, enough's enough. And I don't see that. I see like you say, these psychologists, these psychiatrists, allowing them to be victims themselves. Saying, oh well, this child predator, this monster, it happened to him or it happened to her. You see, so we have to have sympathy and empathy for. No, we don't.
I don't know what's going on with my. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
I can hear you.
So public execution is a deterrent of crime. And it was 1920 something was the last time we had public lynchings. I'm pretty sure if you brought back lynchings and you played that on the 12 o'clock news, say, hey, folks, this guy was touching kids. He raped a 6-year-old girl. You're going to see justice today. Public execution is a deterrent for crime. That's in my Bible, too. So I'm pretty sure once you start hanging these people, thou shalt not kill.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's
that's actually, it's thou shalt do no murders is what it actually.
I have to fix
Well,
my.
and
No,
I
can I just
believe
say
it was.
one? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Nevs.
No, I'm sorry. I just wanted to say one other thing, which is I'm trying to fix my camera while I'm talking. Sorry, um, which is our culture and our society needs a major reformation, because a lot of this starts at the cultural level and works its way up. So I just wanted to call that out. I agree. I mean, I agree with all of you guys, but at the same time, we have laws in place. If you want those laws changed, like Molly said, then you have to do that. The sentencing, the judges do activism, but our culture is becoming very nonchalant about.
Cynical.
Sexualized. Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Desensitized,
and
cynical.
perhaps you have to have the judges have to sign for it, like a doctor would sign for it, like, oh, you need to take this medication, and maybe they need to have some sort of like judicial insurance policy.
Accountability.
Well, I
They
think about it like
are
this. We talk about the justice system. At one point in time, there was a whole lot less. There's a whole lot smaller likelihood that a white man would go to prison for killing a black man in cold blood than if a black man killed a black man or a black man killed a white man. Right? There was laws in place that were separated these two men just because of the different melanin tones in their skin. There were people having the same argument. There was a man who had his freedom papers. He was a slave, and he went before the Supreme Court. And that court said, the Supreme Court said, I can no more hear your testimony about you being free than I can hear a plow's testimony about being free. So, like, all this, let's trust the law and the systems in place. They failed us, and they failed these children. I mean, we're at a point right now, in my opinion.
I think society
what?
did. I think society did. They're not enforcing.
Well, the society that put the lawmakers and the laws in place. Let me tell you this, and I'll close with this. There's a town right outside of where I grew up in southern Oklahoma. They were lynching black folks and Indians and Mexicans like 90 going north. Until there was I guess you want to call it a clan of good, decent white and black men from the next town over and said, you will no longer persecute these people. Well, guess what happened? The next black person they hung. They killed every man. They killed every war-aged man in that town and sent the women back to Kansas and Arkansas and Texas or wherever their kinfolks were. And there were no more hangings in southern Oklahoma at all. When there's injustice, justice must be found regardless of what the courts say, regardless of there's a great quote. I think it was Benjamin Franklin. Law without order is more of a danger to the people than order without law. And I'm a firm believer of that. There's no order within these court systems to say, hey, you hurt a kid, you raped this 4-year-old kid. Yeah, you need to be in prison for the rest of your life.
There's order without law. Exactly. We need to have law and order.
I don't know if we put them somewhere else in the continental U.S. or, try to isolate them somehow. They don't need to be.
Yeah.
There's no reason.
Well, you got to hang them. Put them on the work farms. Remember when they used to shovel? Put them on the work farms, make them pick cotton, build roads.
Let them walk on a treadmill all day producing electricity. That's fine with me.
Or like they remember Conan the Barbarian when he was turning that big wheel, making that grain.
Yeah, push the wheel.
Make them, put the whip on them. Let's make grain. Make grain.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, of course, if you bring back capital punishment, you have a lot less recidivism. But you also have the Me Too movement of people that, feel slighted. And you watch the Harvey Weinstein, how you had women that were supposedly assaulted by him, then have consensual relations with him because they want to be Hollywood celebrities someday. And they couldn't even describe basic things that if you had really seen him, you would know about. I'll let you go watch the Candace Owens.
Disgusting things. Yeah, gross things.
But I mean, yeah, he's gross, but he's not guilty of that. And yet the court of public opinion has decided this is it. So you do have to be careful of, because people do get appeals. So you can't just throw them all in a pit and
Right. What if
let them
somebody's
eat each
innocent?
other.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, there has to be some kind of safeguard. And so I don't know. I think although you say there needs to be a law and order, I would say there needs to be order and then law when order doesn't exist anymore. And right now,
Yeah,
we got a
law
whole lot
without
of
order.
disorder.
Yeah, law without order is a greater danger to the people than order without law. I think man can govern themselves without these judicial systems in place because we're that smart, we're that intelligent, we're self-preservation comes
I
along.
wouldn't promote that. That's
I'm not promoting it. I'm just making it a statement of fact. You know what I mean? Like before there were laws on the books, man created order.
But the problem is that like just in this Roblox biosphere, these little kids should be able to play with their little figures and run through these magical lands without predators. So you say that we can govern ourselves. These people can't. And that's why
they shouldn't have open internet. I didn't get to speak on that earlier. My child was not on the internet like just willy-nilly out there exposed to the world either. You know, she's a smart kid too, but I'm not going to give her open access to the internet.
But then nobody should be able to go to an ATM and women shouldn't be able to walk on a sidewalk at night. Like at some point you have to stop shutting us down and our freedoms and understand that we need to just go after the predators that are looking for
what happened
us.
in DC. Did you guys see the video after Trump was cracking down on crime in DC? This woman posts a video and she's like, I can't believe I can drive down the street and have my car window open. And it was so cool. Like, I'm like, I can't imagine living in a city where I couldn't.
Yeah, no kidding.
So,
a couple of things I did want to say real quick on sort of in line with, but not exactly with what Dee was saying. Molly had mentioned a few times that living in LA was dangerous because there was always these constant break-ins and people smashing in cars, and you basically couldn't even lock your doors because they would smash your windows up. Well, I live in a trailer park here in Michigan, and we had some incidents where people were getting into cars, and that was all it took for several of my neighbors to start patrolling at night, walking around with flashlights, and it stopped the problem right away. So there you go. Sometimes you want to.
That's not like get rid of all law enforcement and have vigilantes on the street.
No, we don't want vigilantes.
No, that's not what. No, if I came across that way, I apologize. Yeah, I don't want that.
So cool. It's cool to have a neighborhood watch, and that is a deterrent.
25% of people don't even know their neighbors. That same percent of people feel completely alone. These are like statistics. Like that's crazy to me. 25% of people not knowing their neighbor. That's the first thing I do when I move in someplace. I'm a musician. I'm like, hey, if you hear like some loud guitar playing or drums, please don't call the police on me. I'll be more than happy to, calm it down a little bit. Do you drink beer? You want to drink a beer? What's your favorite football team? Blah, 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 blah. Like neighbor stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that stuff doesn't exist. And that same number of people say they feel alone. They feel isolated. That ought not be.
But if you just look at Roblox, they are isolating because anybody that is trying to be neighborhood watch, like this poor kid Schlep, is getting booted from the system, is getting it so that they shut down your ability to message on the system for 20 minutes and then an hour and then, all day. And so they are the opposite of neighborhood watch.
Well, this is a kid's game, though, right? Like,
turn your light off and let people break into your car, but it's not. I mean, Roblox is a biosphere for what is going on in society right now.
Right.
You think so? Roblox is like a microcosm, you're saying?
Yes, it is.
Oh, shit.
Dee, if I could give you one piece of homework, I would love for you to join a dating app and put up pictures as if you're a woman and see the kinds of unsavory gentlemen that wield their attention into your inbox without any worry about getting caught. Or put in my phone number, try to download Tinder and put in my phone number, and I am still banned from that platform because I reported too many vile creeps sending me horrific, graphic,
like unsolicited, like sexual things.
graphic descriptions of what they were going to do to me before I had even like spoken to them at all. The conversation wasn't going there, and it was like fucking pig. So I reported too many people. Tinder's, in my opinion, Tinder's whole business profile is to be an abject fuckfest of losers that are perpetually single the rest of their life. And they want people to keep coming to the app, so they don't really want you to find anyone of quality.
Well,
They don't
Molly,
want you to have a good time.
as you know, that's what I have my bachelor's degree in, is investigative journalism, and challenge accepted. I'm going to set up me a Tinder, and
I love that.
yeah, I'm gonna. And the next time, I'm gonna record it all, and I'm gonna set up a Tinder, and I'm gonna be who am I gonna be? I'll be Dee McGee. Dee
You
McGee
have to
sounds good.
videotape that.
I'm
Don't
gonna video
say
the whole
what you're
thing. I'm
gonna
gonna
do.
run a social experiment, and I'm gonna flirt with these guys like the dainty Southern belle that I am, and see what happens.
You
I
don't
will
even
let
have
you
to
use
flirt.
any picture of me that you want, Dee. I know I'm not top notch, but it's free to
Or you
use.
could do it all AI nowadays.
Oh, you're a beautiful woman. Don't say that.
Style and
All right.
all your activities, all AI,
Yeah.
and books, everything.
Yes, Dee.
I'm thrilled because I mean, you make it seem like it's like, is it more than just weirdos just sending like are they talking some
Yes.
real like gutter?
Yes.
I gotta see now.
They want you to meet them in totally
I'll meet 'em.
non-public places at night.
I'll meet him I'd love that.
They are.
I'll meet him in a totally non-public place. That'd be great. Say, hey, I'm Dee McGee.
Well, don't
Yeah.
use that name now, because now
Yeah.
you put that out in public.
Yeah. Have them meet you somewhere, some park and ride thing by the
And-
highway. middle of
And you know,
nowhere.
I'll make all those cartoons too, Chris. So this is gonna be fun because I'll do those AI voices and stuff. So I'm gonna find me a voice, and you have no idea, Mom. I'm gonna have fun. I think it should be Megan the Stallion. My voice should be Megan the Stallion. It should be like a little bit of ghetto-ness, a little bit of hood rat, Southern belle.
You better invite me on that show to read these chats, is all I have to say.
If I can make it through it, I'll probably be on the floor by the time it's all over and done with.
I know Molly likes to wrap these up in like a little less than 2 hours, but I did have
Yes,
one
I do.
question for
Yeah.
you. Do you guys think this is anything like children drowning in a pool? Like
What
the
do you
infants
mean?
drowning in it? Is it a lack of supervision that is creating this
Not
problem? Or at
always.
least part of it, or
No, I don't
I
think
mean, you can't
no.
stay on top of your kids 24 hours a day. That's just not possible. But
Yeah, or know the lingo if
Yeah.
somebody, Dee's gone, or know all of the keywords that means something else. I mean, like
Yes,
if
I
you
wouldn't
asked
know
my
that stuff.
dad
yeah,
what LMAO means, like he has no idea,
yeah.
you know, and I don't think the average parent knows the ever-changing slang that goes on in
Well-
this little biosphere or anywhere.
Yeah, and sometimes kids are indoctrinated in the schools. Sometimes they're groomed by neighbors or by people you trust. It could be anything that pulls them in. So I don't think it's lack of supervision. You'd have to be a helicopter parent, which is impossible.
Yeah. But I do think, Dee's back. I do think
Whoops.
that there is.
Sorry about that.
Hi, friend. No worries. I do think that there is. I mean, a lot of people give their kid the iPad as like a pacifier so that they can, here, go do this. Mommy needs to do the laundry, do the vacuuming, do the shopping, and watch my TV show, whatever.
And that's called bad parenting.
Yeah, I do think that there is quite a bit of more supervision that could be. But I
True,
think
that can
tricky.
happen. But I
think
just
it's
feel like
tricky because-
people need to be on alert because it can happen to anybody.
Play the game.
And I'm not a big
Kids
advocate
play.
for a child that young having like open access to the internet where they can be going at, I mean, it should be heavily policed and supervised at the very least.
As
Yeah,
somebody
I
who's
mean,
a gamer that played video games, I just want to say, if your child is playing a game, you need to familiarize yourself with the game. Spend a little time. I know it probably
Absolutely.
sucks if you don't like it, but just learn about the game as much as you can, especially if they spend a lot of time on it. Don't just
Play it with them.
Yeah, at least learn about it a little bit. Don't be completely ignorant to what's going on in the game.
Yeah, and there is spyware. There are keystroke loggers. There's all kinds of stuff. And understand that you can go into your history, find out, like, if your kid is going to Discord, there's no good reason for that. For
Right, exactly.
an 8-year-old to talk to other
No, they're
8-year-olds,
not that young.
30-year-olds.
No.
Yeah.
So, and then, it's
It
terrible.
falls back to that, Molly. It falls back to like it's the parent. The parents are culpable at the end of the day. You know what I mean? If they're like you said, just giving their kid an iPad at 8 or 9 years old and saying, "Keep yourself busy." Yeah, if I had I'm 40 years old. If I had an iPad, absolute access to the internet at 8 or 9 years old, I mean, I'll probably be up to some shenanigans I shouldn't be.
But I don't think so. I think that I think it's a bigger problem. A woman should be able to walk down the street wearing nothing and be safe. I don't think that you can blame a little kid or the parent.
Well,
And parents don't know how bad it is either.
No.
Like,
yeah, I know, and I mean that's why
what's
they have to
generating on
educate
this
themselves.
kid. Yeah, and that's why this kid is really blowing up. This sweet schlep kid
Should have gave him an award.
is really blowing up, and I think there does need to be a neighborhood watch. There does need to be more things in place. There are plenty of ways to be able to do it, but understand, I think one estimate I saw was that 97 million users are on Roblox every day. And so, yeah, it's going to be hard. But you know what? Roblox is a huge company. They're raking in a lot of money. And just like Facebook, with all this garbage they haven't even looked at from 2023, you need to throw more money at it to safeguard it so that these parents keep their kids on it. And if they're not, then you aren't playing Roblox anymore. That CEO wants nudity on there, and he doesn't want to ban spelling for maps, the username. After that username was reported by so many users, and it's still live as of the date of the video that I watched. They refreshed it, and they haven't been taken down. So
they probably won't be because he's making money. Like, why rock the boat?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's making money.
It's the same thing with Tinder. If they,
it's not Mr. Rogers it's not Mr. Rogers that owns Roblox. You know what I'm saying? That dude probably don't give a tinker's damn what takes place on Roblox as long as those residuals keep coming in and people keep their memberships and their subscriptions.
The shareholders sure don't give a shit.
Yeah, they don't, and they'd probably not police it because that would draw public attention and scrutiny to it. And that's just,
the stock has gone down 6%. That's not that much. That's not that much. But if it went down 70% overnight, if we really took a stand on stuff and we really had this neighborhood watch solidarity, we could shape these giant mega corporations and just say, screw Facebook. You don't want to look at my report of abject child material from 2023 and you can't even peep some eyes on it for a nanosecond? We're off.
Look what we did with Budweiser.
I don't think they're trying to get rid of it. It seems if you can get rid of, ban me for using naughty words, how the hell can't they get rid of that instantly?
Yeah, no kidding.
Like with Instagram, when you were banned and we were all kicked off for spreading misinformation about the horse pace and all this stuff, what happened was people did, whatever your username is, Chris Leland 1, Chris Leland 2, Chris Leland 49, Chris Leland 106, and you were making extra profiles. What does Instagram do with that? Instagram tells their sponsors, and listen, we have 250 billion users on Instagram. There's not even 250 billion people on this earth. Well, don't pay attention to that. Just give us money for marketing.
I'm banned on Instagram.
Still?
Yes.
Yeah, they were wild. They were really wild. And I would screenshot the stuff and then they would ban when I would post their screenshots and now when you go to find out what misinformation they're talking about, they just say this information is not available. Well, if
no longer,
I got it wrong, sir, how am I supposed to?
They've eased off of that though. look at all those tech oligarchs that were at Trump's inauguration. They're on some different stuff now. You know, back during COVID, there was a different regime that, you know what I mean? They were trying to please different masters. Now, the thing that gets me about Facebook, and I'm not really big on social media, I think it's all tools of the devil that means no good to anybody in the long run of things. Like, again, me coming from a place where I remember carrying a black book in the movie theater, getting girls' numbers. You know what I mean? Like, it's very, very strange. But anyways, like, there's this channel, because I'm a big animal lover, and it's these people who are obviously like torturing monkeys. And they have these cute little, you know, smiley faces on it. It makes you believe that it's and this, what an obscure thing I'm talking about, but it makes you believe that it's something, you know, a channel for animal lovers, but they're literally putting out like basically torture porn. And everybody in the thousands of people in the comment section said that they've reported it, nothing happens. And that's against the law. I mean, it's torturing animals. It's against the law, and nothing happens.
There's road rage videos out there like that where there's people clearly breaking the law and trying to create content by breaking the law and causing trouble and shit. And
well, even on stupid Facebook Marketplace, I was trying to sell. I have a bear skin rug. This bear was alive, like Roosevelt shot him. Okay. And I cannot sell this bear skin rug because it goes against community guidelines. But if you go onto it, there are albino crocodile handbags, and there are leopard fur coats made with real leopard fur, and monkey fur coats, and the heads of all kinds of trophy animals that were killed for their face. And like, these are fresh, these are new, these are being restocked. And yet my old crinkly bear that died 400 years ago, I can't put it on Facebook, or it tells me that it's not going to let me use Marketplace anymore.
Because bears are awesome, Molly. Bears are my fourth favorite animal. Nobody
they're
wants
not endangered like a leopard is. A leopard is endangered. They're not supposed to be able to sell that stuff. And there's all kinds of stuff. I mean, you know, if you want to get crazy, you know, there's all kinds of like leather and eel skin and this and that. Like, why are you picking on my fucking bear?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there needs to be a guideline that we all follow. And
because all those other animals are awesome to kill and mount, but a bear is too majestic. It's just too majestic to have a rug of. I mean, yeah, kill all the leopards on planet Earth. Who cares about them? But bears, come on now. Let's
okay.
Have a heart,
Well,
Molly.
excuse me.
Dee, it sounds like you want to buy my bearskin rug. So I'll
I
send
kind of
some
do,
photos
honestly.
of
I
it.
mean,
I will lick that stamp and get it over to you. So. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Make sure that you guys, could you like and subscribe, please? It means a lot to me.
Yes.
We've got, you know, we've got
like
our
and
little
subscribe to the
network.
Molly Truth channel here on YouTube and Rumble.
Thank you much. And everyone, see you all where I see you. And tomorrow, me Moors with Nevs. And love you guys. Let me see if I can do this and do my Ben McMillan outro.
Have a good
So
night.
exciting.
Hit me up, Chris Leland. You too,
I will.
Nevs. God bless each and every last one of y'all. Thank y'all for having me on.
All right. Bye, guys.